Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching, and thanks to our producer, Jeff Durall. We're at the Hayes Dog Park with the president of the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park, Kim Perez. Kim is also chairman and associate professor in the Department of History at Fort Hays State University. And several months ago, when we did a Community Connection program with Kim, we were in her office talking about the potential of the Hayes Dog Park. Well, now that potential has become reality, and Kim joins us on location here, just off the 183 bypass at the Hayes Sports Complex, as part of the Hayes Dog Park as well. And it's rather amazing, I think, Kim, to know that from the last time we visited to what we have now, available for people with pets.
Yeah, the fact that this is up and running now is just absolutely surreal to me. I did not expect it to be this quick. I did not expect to be this summer, spending time out here, but it's up and it's going, and there's a lot of people that use it.
Would you give us some of the background history once again for us, Kim?
We started the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park in summer of 2011, and so in that first year we really spent a lot of time just trying to figure out where we're going to put a dog park in Hayes, and that took about a year. We finally decided on Bickel-Schmidt Park. It was a suggestion of one of the commissioners, Barb Wassinger, who was a commissioner at the time, and came out here, and the area worked, and we asked for permission to build here the next summer, and they said, okay, we'll give you 2 years to get it done, and we got it done in a year and a half. So it actually went really, really quick.
And this all began as a group of people who were pet owners who wanted to do something in the way of another amenity for the city of Hayes and Ellis County in a dog park.
Right. It started out kind of a small group of individuals, and it's grown. We've had a lot more people that have become involved. But the idea was to provide a place to properly socialize your dogs, and also it promotes responsible dog ownership, because if you have a tired dog, they're not going to be an aggressive dog, they're not going to be a dog that's in trouble, and if they're properly socialized with people and other dogs, then they're going to get to stay in their home, and so that's really important. But then to exercise a dog and to wear them out is a good thing.
I like your thought too that 2.5 years from actually the initial concept of a dog park until what we have today.
Yeah.
That's rather amazing.
It went really quick, and a lot of it has to do with the people of Hayes. I mean, we had some fantastic volunteers, some wonderful donors. I mean, people stepped up. Once they found out about the project, they stepped up. Same with the city commission. They asked a lot of hard questions, but once we answered their questions and we got the answers that they wanted, they stepped up as well, and have been really supportive. So it just flew.
Well, we're in the first and second phase now, and our producer, Jeff Durall, will be highlighting some of the things we'll talk about. But in this first and second phase, what's here now, Kim?
Well, the big thing was the fence, and so we had a lot of fence. We have 6.5 acres here to fence, and that was going to be the big expense. And in all honesty, we got a huge discount on the fencing, which made doing phase 1 and 2 at the same time possible. The fence was the big thing. We also have the water stations for dogs. We had some signage that we had to pay for, some benches that we had to pay for. We got all of that done. Well, actually, and I should say the parking lot and the road and everything, we got all of that done, and we're now starting on phase 3, and we have some of the items from phase 3 in here as well.
And phase 1 and 2 included, as you say, miles of fence. Do you have, how many miles?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Anybody
it's a lot.
Run a tape measure?
It was a lot. They did, and I don't know the actual number.
Oh.
It just covered 6.5 acres, and then dividing fence between the two dog parks.
But already the amenities are here. There's grass growing now in many of the locations. The dog watering is rather a unique concept itself. Talk about that.
Yeah, we actually chose the canine guzzler because we didn't want standing water out here. Standing water is not a good thing anywhere because of mosquitoes. And so this unit actually, you turn the knob, you fill it up, and it drains on its own. And so your dogs get a drink, and then when they've moved on, you're not left with standing water there.
And also, of course, the waste station. That's a very important part of this.
We have about 5 waste stations in the park, and that is, again, the whole idea here is you're supposed to pick up after your pet, and so we make sure that it's convenient for people to pick up after their pets. We have them located at various places way out there, so you don't have to walk all the way in.
And the city helps with the bags themselves.
They provide the bags, and they actually pick up the trash and everything for us.
And the Parks Department has some barrels for human trash.
For larger trash, right. And then we've got some picnic tables, and then some benches were just added as well. that have, we finally got our donor signs on them as well. So the people that bought benches have their names on little plaques on the benches too.
Some of this funding came from individuals interested in pets. Any funding through the city? Any other entities that were involved?
The city, I mean, the huge funding, the whole point of this, the city was really adamant that we raise this money, that it's a grassroots effort. We raised the money. We didn't get any money from the city. But I should say the city did donate the land, right? And so
Which
that's
is a
huge donation. And so to say that the city didn't donate anything is not really true, but they didn't give us any money. They gave us the land and they gave us the maintenance. They're going to do some basic maintenance. They're providing the bags and the trash bags and things like that.
And also, in case some of the owners, and we know we're in the large dog area. Actually, we should mention that there are two separate areas, and that was by design.
Right. The large dog area is designed for dogs 25 pounds and over, and then 25 pounds and smaller, the small dog area. And it's best to provide a separate area for smaller dogs who are maybe intimidated by larger dogs. It can get kind of chaotic out here when you have a bunch of large dogs running around after balls. And so there's separate areas for people to use to bring their dogs, depending on the size.
We should mention too, if you happen to have a dog and you bring your pet out to the Hayes Dog Park and forget the play toy, there are several balls laying around. We noticed that you could probably take advantage.
Yeah, it's not something that the dog park group has contributed. It's people actually just have left their stuff here, and we really try to advise people take your toys with you, just because we don't want stuff laying around. But you can bring out toys. I mean, I see a lot of people out here with balls and frisbees and tug ropes and everything, but it's probably best if you take it with you.
And I was going to ask you, Kim, how has it been received by not only Ellis Countyans who love dogs, but also people that may be traveling?
It's actually been received really well. I've been out here several times and met a lot of people who said, I didn't know about this until so-and-so told me. And there's a lot of really great stories about retired couples that come out here and make this sort of a daily sojourn to come out with their dogs. And I've heard stories about people from Georgia who have passed through town and have found out about it and brought their dogs out. There was a story about a woman from Denver who was pleased because her park was a fee park and she was pleased to have access to a free park. So it's been received really, really well.
And that's another point too, that there's no charge for this.
No charge. Nope, exactly. I mean, we of course are still taking donations. We have phase 3 that we need to complete, and so we would appreciate donations, but it's free and open to the public.
Let's talk about the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park. Memberships are available for those who might be interested.
Yeah, membership is free. We haven't made it a fee-based membership at this point, and it's really just a volunteer organization. We want people to get involved. We're going to continue fundraising. We have our next fundraiser. Actually, our next fundraiser is this weekend at Dog Days at Orchlands, but then we have a big yard sale coming up soon. In the fall. And so we're going to continue our fundraising, and we're looking for volunteers. We do monthly cleanups out here because part of our job is to help the city with maintaining the park. And we're still, like I said, raising money actively to try to build phase 3 and then to get an endowed fund.
Speaking of involvement, the Hayes Animal Control officers have been involved as well, haven't they?
Yeah, quite a bit. Actually, from day one, they've been coming out here and getting to know people and their dogs so that if there's any issues, they can try to nip them in the bud as quickly as possible. And so, yeah, a day doesn't go by that you're out here and you don't see one of the animal control officers. And and they come in just so people know them, know it's okay to call them if you have a situation. And so it's been really great involvement from them as well.
I got to ask too, your involvement personal basis, Kim.
Well, it all started because I have 2 wound up Britneys, or I had. One of them passed away actually right after we got permission for funding in November. She got to see the fence poles up, so she was out here a little bit. The other one came out here for the first couple months, and then she was diagnosed with something where she can't run anymore. But now I have a puppy, so I have to wait until September because the rules say that puppies are not allowed until they are properly vaccinated, and that's 6 months of age. And so in September I'll be back out here hanging out as a regular again.
With your new friend.
With the new friend,
yeah. That was the sad part, where your 2 Britneys were lost actually before they really got to enjoy the dog park.
Well, one of them was out here for the first 2 months, so she got to run the fences and chase some birds and stuff. So at least I have those memories, which is good. But this isn't for me. This wasn't about me. I mean, I get a great deal of pleasure seeing people out here with their dogs playing and the dogs enjoying it so much. So.
And the new addition to the household?
And we'll see if she enjoys it as well. There's a tiny Brittany named Cadence, and she's just 2 months now, so we have several more months to go before she can be properly introduced.
Let's talk about that next phase now. This is second and third phase. What's coming? What can we expect, Kim?
Well, we have several things actually. We have one project that I should mention that's not part of the phases. It wasn't part of the original phases, but the friends and family of Vicki Cole, who was a very well-known dog lover in town, actually got together and worked with the city, and they're building a sidewalk. And so we'll have a walkway out in front that connects the parking lot to the fence, to the staging areas, and that they're going to start building on that fairly quick. That's going to incorporate the bricks that we did as a fundraiser. So that's a completely separate project that we should see coming up here pretty quick. We're also raising money now because we need shade out here. So we have trees, the city has trees, they just need the proper conditions, but we also need shelters, and that's the big thing, and that's going to be about $35,000 more that we need to raise to get proper shelters out here for people.
And fundraising, of course, there are a lot of volunteers who are involved in that. You're going to have the big garage sale coming up in the fall then.
Right.
And hopefully you'll be able to get donations from people who just use the park but can't really contribute, maybe even those who come in from out of town and such.
Right, we're working on a permanent donation box out here too, so when people come out of town, if they want to give money to the park and support it, they can leave their funds there. And of course we have our P.O. box, and so people can always send us money. It's on our blog and our Facebook page. And then of course the fundraisers. The other part I should say is we're raising $10,000 for an endowed account too, that will be continued funding for the city for maintenance.
I know that Humane Society, the High Plains, the Virginia Miller Animal Shelter and such, has donations and endowments and things like that on pets from people that have lost loved ones in their lives. So certainly the Hayes Dog Park could be a very
that's a good
important
idea.
part of that.
Yeah, we actually, the Humane Society they donated 3 benches, and so 3 of the benches out here are in honor of well-known advocates for the Humane Society.
Been a good relationship between the two, hasn't it?
Yep.
For sure. So how's your summer going, history professor?
It's been a little busy. It's been a little busy, but it's been good. And I need to get out here more. I need to come out and just watch other people's dogs and spend a little bit more time out here.
Well, that's part of it, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, the socialization of the pets, the fact that they are better behaved when they get a chance to be out and socialize a little bit.
Yeah.
And of course the owners get the benefit too of the exercise with their pets.
Right, exactly. And hopefully that keeps people from the Humane Society, and that they're not turning in their pets because their pets are being responsible and good and well exercised.
And open to all ages too. You mentioned seniors who come out with their pets. Kids, I'm sure, bring the family pets out.
It's important though, they have to be at least 12 years old to be in the park without a parental supervision. It's very important that young kids are not, or at least trained how to be in the park with other dogs. You know, they need to be taught that you don't just go up to a dog and, you know, take a ball out of its mouth. They need to be properly socialized with the dogs as well. And so I wouldn't really advise bringing a toddler out here that doesn't know how to interact with dogs, but we do see a lot of families come out.
And certainly the regulations are posted right there at the main
Right at the
entrance
door.
gate, so
Exactly.
you can see what's allowed and what's not.
Right, exactly.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park have done a remarkable job on another great addition to the area as a quality of life issue for pet owners all over the area, I think, Kim.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kim Perez, who is the president of the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park, from the large dog park. Now we've got to figure out how to get out of the gate here before we become captives. And thanks to our producer, Jeff Drall. Community Connection. Thanks for watching.